this video, I will be redrawing 2 video game cutscenes. By the way, there will be some spoilers in this video, so here's a spoiler warning. The first one is Skull from Wuthering Waves. Now, let's go! This scene was from Act 4. I chose this one to redraw because of the lighting. I thought it looked fun to do. I also chose it because I thought the pose and setting was more interesting compared to the first screenshot I was going to draw, which is this one. I wanted to draw a face angle that was more toned. This though ended up backfiring for me. These days I've been drawing a lot of chibis, and the last illustrations I drew were anime redraws, which were over a month ago. So when drawing this cutscene, I felt super rusty. I guess I felt like challenging myself since this cutscene also shows his back, and I absolutely hate back views. It's still something I struggle with. As for line art, I don't have much to say. I didn't do anything different from how I usually do it. I have to say though, the line art process went much faster than I thought. I assumed it would take a while, but it didn't, so that was nice. I was unsure how to draw and outline his hair. His hair is spiky, but I didn't know if I actually wanted to draw those triangular shapes for the hair. I decided to do it though, and thought to myself that if I didn't like it later, I could just paint over it. Now for coloring. Right now, you see me working on the background. I was excited to do this part. It ended up being much more challenging than I thought, especially when it came to replicating those M looking signs, but at the end, I think it ended up pretty close. For coloring Skull, I really enjoyed it. I love coloring scenes with cool lighting. I find it much more fun compared to a normal daylight scene. I just love the glow and feel an illustration can give off with strong light sources. One thing I think I could have done better is his skull. I made it a flat color, but something about that looked weird. It looked off. I'm thinking that maybe if I use a textured brush or try to make it not one solid color, it would have made it more realistic. The one I drew looks too smooth to be a skull. As for his hair, I did paint over it later. I still kept the triangle shapes, but I didn't keep the solid outline so it looked softer. I'm not sure if I have screen recorded footage, I don't think so, so you'll see in the speed paint later. Okay, we're going to take a break from talking about the drawing and talk about Skull and Wuthering Waves in general. Skull is so hot. I made my point. Moving on. Okay, just kidding. He is really hot though. Wasn't kidding about that. I thought he was already pretty cool in game, but the TikTok edits, they make me fall in love with him even more. I swear, editors have this magic power of making you accept more than you already do. I can't wait for more scenes of him. Low-key, kinda want Rover to join his side, but I also like them being in separate sides for the drama, you know? Also, this wasn't in the script, but I just want to say, rest in peace, Onigiri, you will be missed. I can't believe they took you away from us. It looked weird, but it was iconic. It was the moment, okay? As for the game itself, I have been enjoying it. It's the first fully open world game I've played, so I can't really compare it to anything. Fortunately, I'm not one of the people who has experienced the lag. Overheating, yes, but I don't think that's the game's fault since my laptop overheats when I use CapCut and do other stuff, so yeah. I do play in the lowest graphics and 30 frames per second, but I don't mind it. The beginning of the story was kind of boring, mostly Acts 1 and 2. It does pick up in Act 3 and gets better from there. Act 6 was fun though. I really enjoyed the story and the gameplay for that one, especially when you had to move the boulders things. For the lore, I don't completely understand it. I don't think it's the game's fault since I'm always dumb when it comes to lore heavy games, but from what I do understand, I look forward to where the story goes. I know the story revolves around fighting Tacit Discords and Rover finding out more about who they are, so I hope we learn more about that in the next story update. The art is coming to an end here. I liked how it turned out, even though I feel like something about it looks uncanny. I don't know if that's the right word, but compared to the original, something about it looks weird, but I could just be overthinking it. Either way, I don't think it's half bad. The next cutscene is Black Swan from Honkai Star Rail. Now let's go. This scene was from 2.0. I chose to draw this scene because I wanted to draw a female character. It's an up-close shot, and once again, it's a more toned face angle. I thought about drawing Robin, but I couldn't find one that didn't have too much movement and was a stable shot, besides that scene where she was, let's call it sleeping. Yeah. I'm happy that at the end I settled on this one though. I thought this would be an easier screenshot to draw compared to Skull, but it turned out to be more difficult. I mentioned I hate drawing backs. Well, I also hate drawing the side of the body, and this was that. I even struggled with this face angle. I really didn't think this through when I chose it. After sketching it though, I thought it looked pretty good. I thought that the hardest part was over, and it was. For a little bit. The line-out process went smoothly. I like doing the line-out for all the patterns on the clothes. Now for coloring. Here I'm doing the background. It had a lot more detail than I thought, and I got really lazy with it. I even started scribbling for the design under that bridge railing thing. It was going to be blurred out, so I assumed it would turn out fine. When I color characters, I always start with the hair first. I have been painting over the line out, especially with hair lately for my art, and this was no different. At first though, I was coloring inside the line out to get what it would generally look like, but I was struggling. It looked messy and I couldn't get the hair flow to look right. This piece was starting to really annoy me. I wanted to paint over the line out after I finished shading everything, but I couldn't stand how it looked, so I did immediately after. I didn't even want to screen record it since it makes my laptop laggy, and I didn't want to deal with that while shading it. You'll see in the speed paint after though. Once I finished the hair, I still wasn't too happy with it, but decided to move on. Her hair ended up looking darker than her normal hair color, unfortunately, but at this point, I was fine with it. After the frustration with the hair, I moved on to the clothes. I was rushing through it, which made me not render the clothes to match the hair, so I once again tried to paint over the line out to try and match it. I started to have more fun again with this part. I especially like shading her head veil. I think that's what you call it. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, enough about the art. Let's talk about Black Swan. I low-key regret not pulling for her after drawing this. I appreciate her design even more after taking the time to look at it. I also love her aesthetic. Designs revolving around cards always interest me. Her entrance in the story was pretty cool too when she saved Trailblazer on Firefly. Like I said before, I am bad at understanding low heavy stories. I could have sworn a couple years back I wouldn't have been that bad at it, but anyways, the point I'm trying to get at is I still don't understand her role as a memo keeper. I looked up what it means to be a memo keeper, and supposedly they preserve and share memories. I still don't get how that works. I'm dumb, no need to tell me. But I wonder if Black Swan or memo keepers in general will have a stronger importance in the story later, especially when dealing with the Trailblazer. The art is wrapping up here. Even though I struggled with this art piece, I think it came out pretty decent. I can't tell if it looks like her though, but I love working with this color scheme, so the struggles balanced out with the fun parts. And those are the redraws for this video. Tell me which one is your favorite, and let me know which video games I should redraw cutscenes from next. If you want more videos like this, make sure you like and subscribe. I guess I'll go now. Bye bye.